Welcome, treasure hunters and coin enthusiasts, to another thrilling dive into the world of numismatics. Today we're uncovering the secrets of the rare British 1 pennies, a hidden gem that could be worth thousands. Get ready to explore its history, rarity, and how to spot one in your collection. Let's started hunt for treasure together. First up, we're diving into the captivating world of British numismatics to uncover a true gem of coin collecting, the rare and valuable 1917 1 penny featuring the King George V. This isn't just any ordinary copper coin. It's a slice of history, a piece of royal legacy, and for the lucky few who possess the right version, it could be a small fortune in your palm. Hold on tight, because the story of this coin is as rich as its potential value. Let's begin with the magnificent obverse, a powerful portrait of King George V, inscribed with the Latin legend Gorgives 5 Igra. Brit. N. Rex. Fid. Def. Ind. Imp. George V, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, defender of the faith, Emperor of India. This regal image was masterfully designed by the renowned Australian sculptor Sir Edgar Bertram McKennell, capturing the quiet strength and solemn duty of a monarch at war. Flip the coin, and you're greeted by the reverse, an iconic depiction of Britannia seated proudly, trident in one hand, shield adorned with the Union Jack in the other, gazing over the vast empire's waters. This design, crafted by Leonard Charles Wyon, connects the empire's maritime power with its national identity. Together, these artists created a coin that didn't just represent money, it represented an empire at its height. Now, here's where things get truly electrifying. While millions of 1917 pennies were struck, a very specific subset stands out to collectors for its scarcity and value. During the chaos of World War I, production inconsistencies, die varieties, and subtle minting anomalies led to a handful of exceptionally rare specimens that today fetch staggering prices at auction. One such coin, in brilliant uncirculated condition with impeccable detail and no signs of wear, recently sold for over $3,000. Yes, a single penny commanding a price higher than some gold coins. And if you've got one in mint state condition with full luster and sharp strike, you might be holding on to a piece worth even more. Its majestic design, it's the condition and rarity that fuel collector demand. The majority of 1917 pennies were circulated extensively during wartime Britain, making pristine examples exceedingly rare. Coins that escaped wear and damage, those that somehow remain tucked away in bank vaults, old cabinets, or personal collections, are the ones that command eye-watering prices. The deeper the relief, the more defined the strike, and the more brilliant the copper sheen, the more a collector will pay. Coin grading experts place heavy weight on mint state MS examples, particularly those graded MS 65 or higher by respected authorities like PCGS or NGC. Auction records speak for themselves. In 2020, a near-flawless 1917 penny graded MS 66 by PCGS shocked the numismatic world when it crossed the block at a UK auction house for over $4,500. Just imagine holding such a coin, its crisp edges, its gleaming surfaces, its pristine detail, a silent witness to a bygone age. Collectors around the globe are constantly hunting for these rare survivors, pushing prices ever higher as demand continues to outpace supply. With each passing year, as more circulated coins fall short of high-grade status, the few remaining gems become all the more valuable. So how can you tell if your 1917 penny is one of these rare specimens? Start with the basics. Look for strong details in the beard of King George, clear trident tips in Britannia's grasp, and no signs of wear on high points. A coin that still shines with full luster and no discoloration might be a promising candidate. Use a magnifier to check for sharp edges and die details. And most importantly, get it authenticated. Professional grading services can be your best ally, verifying both condition and legitimacy, and potentially unlocking the true value of your coin. Authenticating your 1917 1 penny is critical to unlocking its value. And this is where the stakes get high. These organizations can grade your coin, providing a slabbed certification that verifies its authenticity and condition. Be wary of cleaning your coin. Polishing or scrubbing can ruin its patina and slash its value. Instead, store it in a protective holder to preserve its condition. The Royal Mint's Collector Services team also offers authentication and valuation services, which can be a game changer for serious collectors. If you've got a 1917 one penny tucked away, now might be the perfect time to take a closer look. In the world of coin collecting, stories like this one are what make the hunt so exhilarating. A humble coin, once worth a single penny, now commanding thousands. The thrill of discovery, the pride of preservation, and the promise of profit, all collide in this iconic piece of British history. Who knows, that copper coin sitting in your drawer could be a silent witness to royal power, global empire, and perhaps your next great treasure. So dig deep, examine every detail, and let your journey into numismatic gold begin. And secondly, we'll explore the 1929 UK one penny, be hiding in your pocket change, worth not just a penny but a small fortune. With the regal profile of King George V and the iconic Britannia, this unassuming copper coin might just be one of the rarest and most sought-after treasures in numismatic history. Hey coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters, today we're diving deep into the astonishing story of the 1929 George V one penny, a coin that's making waves in auctions, selling for jaw-dropping sums. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be scouring your collections for this hidden gem. The 1929 UK one penny is more than just a piece of currency. It's a masterpiece of numismatic artistry and British history. Designed by the legendary Edgar Bertram McKennell and Leonard Charles Wyon, this coin features the Latin inscription Georgius 5 de Gratia, Britanniarum, Omnium Rex Fidei, Defensor Indiae Imperator, proclaiming George V as King of all Britons and Emperor of India. The reverse showcases Britannia seated proudly, a trident and Union Jack shield symbolizing Britain's naval might. But what makes the 1929 edition so special? This was the last year before the Great Depression triggered mass minting changes, making certain variants incredibly scarce. If you've got one, you might be holding a piece of history worth thousands. Here's where things get thrilling. Not all 1929 pennies are created equal. The rarest of them all, the 1929 proof penny, struck with immaculate precision for collectors with only a handful known to exist. Even regular circulation strikes in pristine condition are vanishingly rare, with experts estimating that fewer than 50 high-grade examples survive today. The demand for this coin has skyrocketed, especially after a record-breaking auction in 2021, where a near-flawless specimen sold for over $8,000. That's right, a penny turned into a paycheck. But how do you know if yours is the real deal? Spotting a genuine 1929 treasure requires a keen eye. First, check the date. The 2 in 1929 should have a distinctive curved top, a key identifier for authentic coins. Next, examine Britannia's shield. The lines should be crisp, not worn down. Counterfeits exist, so weight and diameter matter too. A real 1929 penny weighs 9.45 grams and measures 30.8 mm in diameter. If you suspect you've struck gold or copper, consider professional grading from NGC or PCGS to confirm its authenticity. Remember, even slight wear can drastically affect value, so handle with care. The market for this coin is white hot. While a well-worn 1929 penny might fetch $50, $100, uncirculated examples have sold for $1,000 to $3,000, and the elusive proof versions, they've shattered records. In a 2023 Heritage Auctions event, a proof 1929 penny, graded PR 66 by NGC, sold for a staggering $12,600. Collectors are scrambling to find hidden stashes, and prices are only climbing. Why? Because this coin represents a perfect storm of historical significance, limited supply, and soaring demand from both UK and international collectors. What makes this coin so captivating isn't just its rarity, it's the story it tells. Minted at the tail end of Britain's imperial golden age, just before the economic turmoil of the 1930s, the 1929 penny is a time capsule of a bygone era. The craftsmanship reflects the pride of the British Empire, while its scarcity speaks to the upheavals that followed. For collectors, owning one isn't just an investment, it's a connection to history. And with each passing year, as more coins disappear into private collections or museums, the hunt becomes even more exhilarating. This isn't just a coin, it's a legend waiting to be found. Dreaming of unearthing this rarity? Start by checking old coin jars, inherited collections, or even local flea markets. Many treasures are still out there, overlooked. Online marketplaces like eBay and specialized numismatic dealers are also hotspots, but beware of overpaying or fakes. Join coin forums, follow auction trends, and network with fellow collectors. The hunt is half the fun, and if you're lucky enough to own one, consider insuring it. This penny's value is only going up. Many of these coins entered circulation. Enduring decade of wear, collectors are obsessed with this variety not just for its scarcity, but for its connection to a defining moment in British history. The coin's design, with George V's regal profile and Britannia's defiant stance, captures the resilience of a country under siege. Every glance at this penny is a reminder of its journey, and the possibility that it's worth far more than its face value. So, will you be the next to discover a 1929 George V penny worth a fortune? Grab your magnifying glass, check those coin trays, and let us know in the comments if you've ever found one. We're always uncovering hidden numismatic gems, and you won't want to miss what's next. Until then, happy hunting, and may your pockets be heavy with history and profit. And thirdly, we're diving deep into the story of a coin that has stunned collectors and stunned auction houses, the rare and highly coveted 1935 George V 1 penny. This is not just any old copper disc, this coin bearing the portrait of a fading monarch, and the power-packed symbolism of Britannia herself has become a rising star in the numismatic world. And what if I told you that a particularly pristine version of this penny, yes, one minted in a seemingly ordinary year, could be worth hundreds or even thousands of pounds today? This isn't a legend, it's a fact. And we're going to uncover exactly why this copper coin, designed by artistic titans Edgar Bertram McKennell and Leonard Charles Wyon, has become a sleeper hit among UK coin collectors. Let's take a step back into history. The year is 1935. King George V, the steadfast monarch who guided Britain through the First World War, is nearing the end of his reign. His stoic profile, captured on the obverse of the penny by McKennell, isn't just a likeness, it's a legacy in metal. Around his image are the Latin inscriptions Georgius 5, Di, Gra, Brit, Om, Rex, Fid, Def, Ind, Imp, a grand tribute to his dominion over the vast British Empire. Flip the coin, and you're met with the stunning vision of Britannia herself, seated proudly with trident and shield, a design tracing its lineage back centuries and executed with crisp elegance by Wyon. But here's where it gets fascinating. Not every 1935 penny is created equal, and one rare variety in particular has caught fire in the collector's market due to its unusual characteristics and sheer scarcity in high-grade condition. Now, most circulated 1935 pennies are worth a modest sum unless you stumble upon one of the ultra-scarce high mint state examples or the rarer proof strikes. You see, the Royal Mint produced millions of pennies in 1935, but only a very limited number were struck with exceptionally sharp detail and near-flawless surfaces. These coins were never meant for general circulation. They were crafted with extra care, often for collectors or ceremonial purposes, and they stand out with a deep chestnut luster and razor-sharp features, something you don't usually find on coins that pass through thousands of hands. Among the regular issues of 1935, there are whisperings of a variation that sends collectors into a frenzy. Some experts have noted that certain 1935 pennies show anomalies in the rim beading or in the spacing of the letters around George Fee's name. Whether these are early die states or transitional errors, the hunt for these peculiar examples has intensified in recent years. And as demand grows, so does the price. Collectors aren't just looking for a shiny penny, they're searching for the story behind the coin, the intrigue, the what-if of finding a previously unrecognized variant that could rewrite its place in the numismatic hierarchy. That sense of discovery is what makes this coin such a treasure. Auction records reveal a thrilling trend. Prices for high-grade 1935 pennies have more than doubled in the past decade, especially for those verified by trusted grading services. The reason? Fewer untouched examples are surfacing, and collectors are hoarding the finest specimens for their long-term investment value. As the coin market shifts and older collections come to light, the allure of the 1935 George V penny only grows stronger. Online bidding wars and in-person showdowns at major numismatic auctions have turned this humble penny into a gladiator of the auction floor. It's not just about the metal, it's about the moment in history, the artistry and the prestige of owning something that stands at the crossroads of time. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these sought-after beauties? First, examine the coin under good lighting. Look for crisp details in George V's beard and hair, as well as sharp lines in Britannia's robes and trident. A worn example won't fetch much, but if the coin retains its original luster and has minimal marks, you may be holding something special. Seek professional authentication. NGC or PCGS grading can significantly boost its resale value and provide peace of mind for both buyers and sellers. Check the edges, the rims, and even the alignment. Anything slightly off might be a die variety worth investigating. The Coin to a Coin show where experts can give you insight on the spot. The 1935 George V one penny is a perfect storm of historic charm, stunning design, and growing rarity, making it a dream find for serious collectors and curious newcomers alike. As the market continues to rediscover and revalue overlooked coins, this particular penny has proven that even common dates can hold uncommon worth. And if you're lucky enough to find one of these rare specimens, don't let it slip away. Showcase it proudly. Because not all treasure comes in chests or vaults. Sometimes it fits right in the palm of your hand, whispering stories from an empire that once spanned the globe. And now we're diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in British numismatics, the 1944 UK one penny featuring King George VI and the legendary Ind Imp inscription. This seemingly ordinary coin has stunned collectors by selling for thousands, and you might just have one lying around without even knowing it. Stick around because we're about to uncover the secrets behind this rare piece of history and why it's causing such a frenzy in the coin collecting world. The 1944 one penny stands out not just for its age, but for its incredible rarity and historical significance. Struck during the height of World War II, this coin bears the iconic inscription Georgius Saxix de Gratia Britanniarum Omnium Rex Fidei Defensor Indiae Imperator, a mouthful that translates to George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. The Ind Imp, India Imperator designation is crucial here, as it marks one of the last coins minted before India gained independence, making it a poignant relic of the British Empire. But what really sets certain 1944 pennies apart is their astonishing scarcity. Some varieties had extremely low mintages, turning them into numismatic goldmines. Now let's talk about the design that makes this coin so visually striking. Crafted by the renowned Thomas Humphrey Paget, the obverse showcases a dignified portrait of George VI, while the reverse features Britannia seated proudly with her trident and shield adorned with the Union Jack. The attention to detail is breathtaking, but the real magic lies in the tiny variations that separate the common pennies from the ultra-rare ones. Some 1944 pennies were struck with unique errors or on different planchets, and these quirks can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a five-figure treasure. The key is knowing exactly what to look for, because missing these details could mean overlooking a fortune. So just how valuable is this coin? While most 1944 pennies are worth a few pounds, the rare varieties have shattered records at auction. One specimen, graded in superb condition with a rare minting anomaly, sold for over $8,000, a staggering sum for a single penny. The demand for these coins has skyrocketed among collectors, especially those specializing in British Empire coinage or WRT-era artifacts. The scarcity of high-grade examples combined with their historical allure ensures that prices will only continue to climb. If you've got one tucked away, now might be the perfect time to cash in on this numismatic sensation. But how can you tell if your 1944 penny is the rare kind? Authentication is everything. First, examine the coin under a magnifying glass. Check for sharp details in Britannia's trident and shield, as well as the clarity of the king's portrait. Some rare varieties have slight doubling in the lettering or unusual metal compositions. Next, look for mint marks or die cracks that could indicate a rare strike. If you suspect you've hit the jackpot, don't clean the coin. This can drastically reduce its value. Instead, consult a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity and condition. Remember, even the smallest detail could mean the difference between a few quid and a life-changing windfall. The story behind this coin is just as captivating as its value. Minted during a time of global turmoil, the 1944 penny symbolizes Britain's resilience in the face of war. The Indi Imp inscription serves as a final nod to the fading empire, making it a poignant piece for historians and collectors alike. But beyond its historical weight, this coin represents something even more thrilling, the possibility that treasure could be hiding in plain sight. Every year, someone stumbles upon one of these rare pennies in an attic, a flea market, or even their spare change. Could you be next? So how can you tell if your 1944 penny is one of these rare specimens? Start with the basics. Look for strong details in the beard of King George, clear trident tips in Britannia's grasp, and no signs of wear on high points. A coin that still shines with full luster and no discoloration might be a promising candidate. Use a magnifier to check for sharp edges and die details. And most importantly, get it authenticated. Professional grading services can be your best ally, verifying both condition and legitimacy, and potentially unlocking the true value of your coin. Be cautious though, counterfeits exist, especially when big money is involved. Before you rush off to check your coin collection, don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible numismatic discoveries. Hit the bell icon so you never miss out on the next big find, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. We'd love to hear your stories. Who knows, the next viral coin sensation could be sitting in your pocket right now. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting!